All right. Welcome all of my fellow human hackers to video number 3 of week number 2 in the Cell Ops program. I want to simply start by welcoming you all to this video where we are crafting your own human hacking alchemy script. So this is going to be a super exciting video. Let's follow along and get back to our Google Doc. Now, in the last video, we went through allowing the prospect to tell their story. We talked about the elicitation and the qualifying section, how we're using leaded, loaded, assumptive, closed, open-ended questions to elicit the information that we need so the client can tell us exactly what to sell them. And then we went through a simple recommendation and transition into a third-party, individual that we can use to anchor the success that we're trying to get them to have through our services of somebody else who's had very similar to success to that. Now, on today's video, we're going to go ahead and roll through the 2 ways I can help you. We're going to talk about the option number 1 close and the option number 2 close. Now, the reason why we do this is we always want to have a minimum of a 2 option close, 1 high ticket, 1 low ticket. You can go with a 3 option close, but I always like sticking with 2 personally. If you do want to go with the 3 option close and you have 3 services, an entry-level service, a mid-tier service, and maybe a high-ticket service, you can throw this up to 3 ways, but I just like personally sticking with 2. Makes it easier. So let's go ahead and go down here to our script and start working on the 2-way I can help you close. Now, the goal is to frame the prospect's options in a specific way. We call this controlling the menu. Now, whoever controls the menu, of course, basically controls the entire interaction. So what our goal here is we control the options that are readily available, and the person who controls the menu, guess what, controls the freaking outcome. So you've got to have the menu ready. They have to pick from the menu that you provide them with. When you go into a restaurant, if it's not on the menu, you don't get it, right? They're controlling the menu on you. You must control the menu on your prospects. Now, how do we do this? Well, we do this by a very simple process. And what we're going to start with is we're going to start with the first line in this transition. Now, up here, we talk about the recommendation and the transition, and what we left off on is this. Well, John, I can tell you this. We do have a few uniform shops in our current dealer network that have been able to get to well over $500,000 a month. And to be honest with you, John, they can't even keep our products on their shelves because the stuff is so hot. And then you're going to roll into the 2 options. So watch how we do this. So, John, there's really only 2 ways I can help you. There's really only 2 ways I can help you, right? There's really only 2 ways I can help you. So now we're giving him the menu. We're saying there's only 2 ways I can help you, and here's the ways that I can help you. You must pick from my menu, correct? So option number 1, what is that? Option number 1. Option number 1. What is option number 1? High ticket. Okay, this is your high ticket offer. $4,000, $6,000, $8,000, $10,000, $15,000, $25,000, $65,000, $100,000, $250,000. Whatever the number is, this is your high ticket, right? So here's how we're going to do this. We have 2 tiers that I've came up with this particular offer. We have a platinum dealer network and we have a entry-level dealer network. Now, the platinum dealer network, when I first started working with this particular company, they had everything under 1 tier. And they were allowing dealers to come in with a $2,000 minimum stocking order, which of course attracted shit dealers who don't buy a lot of inventory and who do not do a lot of business, while their competitors were all charging $15,000 to $45,000 in initial stocking orders. So one of the first things I did is recreate the entire offer and actually reconstruct the entire dealer program from a whole, so we can make sure that we are accomplishing exactly what we want to accomplish with this particular dealer program. Now, unfortunately, the dealer program as it sits has 161 dealers in it. And the crazy thing is 15 of those dealers make up over 55% of the dealer network's monthly revenue. So what does this tell you? This tells you that we've been killing ducks and not hunting any whales. We haven't gotten any whales, very few whales. Our top dealer spent like $141,000 with us in the last 90 days. Good number, but to be quite frank with you, he's small as well compared to what's actually out there. So option number one, this is going to be our high ticket offer, and this is going to be our platinum dealer network, which is going to come in at a very high price point for the initial stocking order. We're talking $8,000 to $15,000 as of right now, and every single month we're bumping that up to where in the next 90 days will be around $25,000 to $35,000 for the requirement on the initial stocking order, so we can attract the right people. The right people, the big dealers, the guys that we really want, they don't flinch at $65,000 to $90,000 in minimum stocking orders. So let's jump into this. I could set you up as a platinum dealer, which is our most popular partnership program. It comes with exclusive wholesale pricing that can't be matched. We give our platinum dealers 34% off. 34% off our 3A and 3A plus body armor systems. Okay, there's that price. 35% off our classic and tactical belts. And then I think we're going to do 20 off here. 20% our best-selling Frass armor system. On top of that, we give them access to an exclusive dealer's newsletter, a private SLD dealer community, and we're rolling out an intensive online training program that's going to show you exactly how you can market like us, sell like us, and be able to have explosive growth like us. Last year alone. All right, now it's not about punctuation. It's not about grammar. It's about writing what actually sounds really good. So the way that I talk is not grammarly correct. The way that I sell is not always grammarly correct. Doesn't need to be. I don't need to, make sure everything I say makes perfect scientific grammatical sense. It doesn't make any difference, right? It's about how it's perceived when it comes out of my mouth. I would rather not be, worried about grammar and focused on anchoring myself in a sentence that has more power than something that's grammatically correct. It just doesn't make any difference, right? So option number one, this is our high ticket. Let's read this out. We're just playing here. We're just putting this together. We're scripting it. We're brainstorming. We're going to see how it sounds. Now that we've got it typed up, let's flow through it real quick and see how it really comes out. So, John, let's start over. So, John, there's really two ways I can actually help you, right? I could set you up as a platinum dealer, which is our most popular partnership program. It comes with exclusive wholesale pricing that just can't be matched. We give our platinum dealers 34% off our 3A and 3A Plus body armor systems, 35% off our classic and tactical belts, and 20% off our best-selling Frass armor system. And on top of that, we give them access to an exclusive dealer's newsletter, a private Safe Life Defense dealer community, and we're rolling out an intensive online training program that's going to show you, John, exactly how to market like us, exactly how to sell like us, and exactly how to have explosive growth like us. We did over $50 million in revenue last year alone, and our goal is to get you 5 to 10% of that revenue so you can thrive instead of survive. Fair enough? See how I did that? So that flowed really well, right? Wasn't too bad. Of course, we're going to need to work on our tonality, practice it more, but we're just crafting this. So there's a couple of value props in there, and it all flowed pretty well. So now let's go with number 2. Option number 2. This is our low ticket. Why do we want a low ticket? Because not everyone is going to be a whale. We want to put the whales in the whales section and put the actual ducks in the ducky section, right? So this is our low dealer, our low ticket program. So or, we'll put an or after this. Option number 2, I can set you up in our entry level dealer program where you can get your feet wet with our products and services. Now this program doesn't come with all the bells and whistles, but it does come with pretty competitive wholesale pricing. We offer our entry level dealers 20% off our 3A and 3A Plus body armor systems, 20% off our belts, and 15% off our Frass armor systems. So real easy. After we list these two out, so out of these two options, John, which option do you see benefiting you the most? We want them to tell us which option out of the options that we've just presented is going to benefit them the most. That is very, 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 very important. We want to make sure that the options that we're giving them, we're allowing them to pick. Because what's going to happen here is they're going to tell you which option they want. They're going to tell you exactly what to sell them and how to sell them by doing it. So that's why we do that. Very, very important. So let's read the thing from start to finish here. So, John, there's really only 2 ways I can help you. Option number 1, I could set you up as our Platinum Dealer program, which is our most exclusive and popular partnership program. It comes with exclusive wholesale pricing that just quite frankly can't be matched. We give our dealer, let's reread it again. So, John, there's really 2 ways I can help you. Option number 1, I could set you up as a Platinum Dealer, which is our most popular partnership program. It comes with exclusive wholesale pricing that quite frankly just can't be matched. We give our Platinum Dealers 34% off our 3A and 3A Plus body armor systems, 35% off our classic and tactical belts, and 20% off our best-selling Frass armor system. On top of that, John, we go ahead and get you set up with an exclusive dealer's newsletter. We invite you to a private Safe Life Defense dealer community, and we're rolling out an intensive online training program that is going to show you exactly how to market like us, how to sell like us, how to have explosive growth like us, and hopefully how to take a piece of our revenue and take 5 to 10% of what we did in annual revenue last year, which is $50 million. So out of these two options, John, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there was one. Now option number two, we'll go into that. I can set you up with our entry-level dealer program where you can get your feet wet with our products and services. Now, this program doesn't come with all the bells and whistles, but it does come with some relatively decent competitive wholesale pricing that you can use to, of course, make some decent margin on. We offer our entry-level dealers 20% off our 3A and 3A Plus body armor systems, 20% off our belts, and 15% off our frass. So out of these two options, John, which option do you see benefiting you the most? Now, we're writing this from scratch. I've never seen any of this, okay? So the Candace, the tonality is not going to be perfect. We're putting it together, putting it on script, and seeing exactly how it sounds once we say it. Now, based off my professional opinion, this is enough. This is perfect. This is exactly what I need to convey the point that I'm trying to convey on these phone calls with these prospects. This is good. Now I can work with this. Now my goal would next be role play it, practice it with my team and everything in between and work on my tonality. But for the time being, this is great. This is a great two-way I can help you. So your option number one at Luxvoni Marketing Solutions. Option number one, John, we can come into your organization. We can build out your funnels, your email automation, and set up all your paid traffic for you. You can focus on doing what you do best, and we can focus on doing what we do best. And I think together we can have a lucrative relationship and get this bad boy right on the first try. Or option number two, I can give you this template. You can have your brother, your marketing team, your nephew, your cousin come in, redesign it, rebrand it for your actual business. And you can take this bad boy on by your own, and we'll help you and guide you through it. Which option do you see benefiting you the most? Now, of course, I've made that pitch a million times, so I don't need a script to do it. But, just so you can have some context. So there's exactly how I did a two-option close on a high-ticket marketing service. So low ticket on that funnel template's $1,900. This starts at $15,000 to $25,000. Boom. So let's move into option number two, or option number one. Now, if they come back and say, hey, we want to go with option number one, we're looking for your platinum dealer program. We want more. We want better discounts. We want all the support. And of course, we want explosive growth like you guys. So that's what we want to go with. Very simple there. Now we go into the pitch, right? So check this out. He comes back and says he wants to be a part of this. High commitment level from us, which in return requires a higher commitment level from you. All right. So the first line, we're teeing up the fact that, hey, we're going to give you a high level of commitment, and in return, you're going to need to give us a high level of commitment. That's the way this works. So that's the first piece. Now, what else can we add here? Let's add something smooth from you. And just like I tell everyone, good things are never cheap, and cheap things are never good. So to become, all right, now we want to prize this. I'm going to space this out into two pieces in a second. Cheap things are never good. So once we get that out of the way, let's prize this. Now we're getting to the offer. We're setting the prize. We're setting the hook. So to become a platinum dealer, platinum dealer with us today. of $8,500. So in order for you to become a platinum dealer, things are never cheap, never good. So to become a platinum dealer, it does typically require an initial stocking order of $15,000 to get started. But we've typically, here's your incentive-based price close, but we've typically found that dealers who are action takers and make decisions quickly, dealers who are action oriented always turn out to be our most successful dealers. And for this reason, we do offer something called incentive-based pricing, where if you can commit to getting a dealer agreement signed within the next 72 hours, I can knock off 50% of that initial order requirement, and you can get started $8,500. All right, let's read this out together here. Okay, cool, John. Now, our Platinum Dealer program comes with a very high level of commitment from us, which in return requires a higher level of commitment from you. And just like I tell everyone, John, good things are never cheap and cheap things are never good. So in order for you to become a platinum dealer with us, it typically does require an initial stocking order of $15,000 just to get started. But typically what we have found with our current dealer network is the guys who are super action oriented, who are motivated, and who take action quick when an opportunity presents itself, they always end up becoming our most successful dealers. And for that reason, we do offer something called incentive-based pricing, where if you can commit to getting a dealer agreement signed and back to me within the next 72 hours, I can knock off 50% of that initial stocking order and get you started as a Safe Life Defense Platinum dealer by making an initial stocking order of only $8,500. Boom. So we listed high, we cut it in half, we incentivized them to close, and we set a time frame on it, okay? That's how we do that. So there's our option number one. That's the first close. This is our high ticket. Remember, that's our high ticket offer. So again, we've got $15,000 is the starting point. That's the inflated number. And then we cut it down to $8,000. And then what we're going to do over the next 90 days, this is going to become 25. We'll go half of 25. This will become 45. We'll go half of 45. And we'll just keep bumping up until the market starts pushing back, and then we'll find our sweet spot of where we need to be as a company, okay? So that's how we're going to do that. So there's that piece. Now here's our low ticket. If they come back and they say, hey, I don't want all the bells and whistles, I just want something real basic. I've got a couple of customers that mentioned your products, and I just want to be able to service them. How do I do that? Very simple. So here's how that would look. Now we're going to go into the low ticket. Entry level. We can do entry level here. just repeat this line again. Our most successful partnerships. And sign with us within the next 72 hours. I can personally knock off 50% of that initial order requirement, and you can get started as an entry-level safe life defense dealer by making an initial stocking order. All right, see how easy this is? Now, we're ramping these numbers up. We don't want to have an extremely low ticket here because it just doesn't work for us. We need people that can move inventory, that have big businesses, and have a lot of inventory on hand at any given moment. That's the type of dealers that we're looking for. So if you look, our high ticket starts at 15 and drops to 8, and our low ticket starts at 8 and drops to 4. They're both incentive-based sales. It's the same type of pitch. So we're going to start at 8 here on the low ticket, our low ticket, and then we are going to drop to 4,000, right? So very simple there. That's how we would write these. So let's read this together. Okay, cool, John. So our entry-level dealer program does require a decent amount of commitment level from us. And of course, with that, we would expect a decent amount of commitment level from you, if you will. And like I tell everybody, good things are never cheap and cheap things are never good. So in order for you to become a dealer with us, it typically requires a $8,000 initial stocking order to get started. However, we have found over the years that, the most action-oriented dealers that we have, they always end up becoming the most successful dealers that we have. And for that reason, we do offer something called incentive-based pricing, where if you can commit to getting a dealer agreement signed and back to me within the next 24 hours, I can personally knock off 50% of that initial order stocking requirement, and you can get started as a Safe Life Defense dealer by making an initial stocking requirement of only $4,000. Fair enough? Simple, right? Very, very easy there. So you see how I basically use the same thing, but I just jack the numbers. So we can give two ways. We can bring them in at $4,000. Majority of tactical shops and uniform shops can afford this, and then the big ones, they're going to want this. Now, for example, with me, you present me with two options, a $250 stake and a $90 stake. I'm going to pick the $250 stake. You present me with a 100-inch TV that's $10,000 and a 65-inch TV that's $1,200. I'm going to pick the $10,000. You present me with a Mercedes SUV like I have sitting out right there, and then you present me with an AMG, a high-performance version of that that's almost $70,000. Guess what? I went with the $70,000 deal. That's the way it works. When you have alpha people who operate like that, they're going to go for the best of the best all the time. Let them tell you what they want to be sold. Don't pitch them on some low-ticket bullshit service that doesn't accommodate what they're looking for. Let them tell you. Always have two options. You can have three if you'd like. I like to personally, but I always have a high ticket and a low ticket of some sort so they can tell me what to sell them into. So does this make sense? So let's go through this real quick. So today's video, we went through the 2 ways I can help you. We went through the option number 1, which was the Platinum Dealership Program. This was our dealer program. This was our high ticket, coming in at 15, down selling to 8. This is our low ticket. This comes in at 8. We down sell to 4. So there's how all of that works. So far, we've now covered call preparation. We've covered all of this. So let me change these highlights here. And now we've covered call preparation, we've covered open and small talk, agenda, attention, and frame, allowing the prospect to tell their story, elicitation, the recommendation transition, and the third-party transition. 2 ways I can help you. Option number 1, option number 2, and then next we'll have objections, stalls, and rebuttals on the following week because we're going to build an entire week off of that. And we are going to show you how the sale starts at no and how to overcome that no and become a superpower and have a superpower as a salesperson by debunking, deframing objections like a true champ. So very simple. We've written all this out. Open and small talk. We've nailed all this. We've scripted this. Intention. We've set all the frames. Time frame, intrigue frame, price frame, intrigue frame. Allow the prospect to tell their story. We took some notes here. You don't need these notes. That's perfectly fine. I don't have these notes on any of my presentations. I just straight out block them out. But if you would like them, the stars, and you're reading this actual script, the stars will be there for you so you know not to actually start talking about it. So there's that. Elicitation and qualify. We went through how to stack the questions. We did that. The recommendation and the transition. We put this whole thing together. 2 ways I can help you. We just covered this. Option 1, option 2. Let's go ahead and throw these in bold so it's clear. And then option 2 for the low ticket we'll throw in bold as well. Now you have an option 1 and an option 2. You have a starting of the statement, which is where you tell, hey, there's 2 ways I can help you. You give them both options, and then you ask the prospect, hey, dude, which option do you see benefiting you the most? The prospect tells you which option is going to benefit you the most or him the most, and then you can sell him what he's actually looking to sell. And then if he tells you that, you need to have a close for your high ticket and a close for your low ticket. Simple as that. So that's cake. Now on the next one, let's actually role play this bad boy. So the following video, I'm not going to go into objections and stalls just yet. We are going to bring on a sales professional who is using this script every single day, and we're going to go through a role play session together where he is going to pitch me on this and I'm going to pitch him on this. And then after that video, we'll move into week 3, which is all going to be about objections, stalls, and rebuttals. So that concludes today's video. I hope you guys are kicking ass and taking names. Sorry I didn't bring the energy today. I only slept 4 hours last night, had a rough night. But we're kicking ass and taking names over here. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Be great, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Take care, guys.